I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even in commentary. Nobody can touch me.
What's up guys, Crook for Money bringing you CM Punk to Fight Night Champion. I downloaded him in the download section of the Fight Night Champion share download section. And what we got is CM Punk versus Martin Luther King Jr. We got the little entrance, we got the stats going on.
Good evening and welcome to the famed Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where so many great fights have gone on through the years for tonight's main event. 10 rounds of heavyweight action.
So this was my very first match, debut match in Fight Night Champion using CM Punk. So I was probably just as surprised as you are to see what his trunks look like. This did say in the description of his download that it was the Macho Man Randy Savage attire. So there's that. I didn't check out anything beforehand, so it kind of surprised me. There were other CM Punk downloads that were higher rated, that had his look that you'd probably know, but they don't exactly have his hair in the game, so I decided to pick this one because it looked the best in my opinion.
You see, he's committed to that body work. Rid of that. It was intended for his head. Trying to erode away that body with the combination punching. Kid Comeback's right hand scores well that time. Took a shot, now he gives the left. Turns over that hook upstairs. His opponent wanted the body, he wouldn't give it to him.
So now that you are able to watch a little bit of the fight without commentary, you get a general feel of how he fights with the style and everything given to him. So what we're going to roll into now is what happens next. My internet actually went out during this recording, and this was my official first fight using him, so I got an automatic loss for that. So this is only the last round that you get to see against Martin Luther King Jr. And then we're going to roll into fighting another contender, which was actually the third person, because right after that I got into another match and then the servers shut down and I got another loss. So I just kept resetting his record till I actually got an official match, which was this one coming up right now against this guy. I think his overall was an 83, I'm pretty sure. And I just decided, let's just pretend that we're still fighting the same fight, and we're just gonna bump it up a few rounds, and that's how we're gonna do it. This guy was actually a real problem because he was one of those guys that actually like throwing the straight over and over and over, like most high overalls. So he was quite a problem. But fun fact for this fight, he actually only almost knocked me down once, and besides that, he never rocked me at all. So, spoiler alert, never get dropped as CM Punk, because wouldn't want to have it any other way. So now let's just get into talking about CM Punk in general, in real life, him going to the UFC and all that good stuff. What you may not know about me is that I am actually a huge fan of CM Punk. I've actually been watching him since ECW, when I noticed that he had a Pepsi symbol as a tattoo, and I kept looking at his arm, seeing if that was actually a Pepsi symbol, and it turned out it was. He was actually really entertaining. I realized that after watching a few matches of him in ECW. Then really later on, I saw him in WWE, and I actually was really confused because his hair was cut, and I saw the Pepsi symbol, but it did not look anything like him, so I was really confused at the moment. Then I realized, yes, that was him. The confusion was over. His mic skills got really good and all that good stuff, and I became an instant fan of him in WWE as well. As you saw right there, that dude hit me with a headbutt. Then I realized he was hurt, just to slip that in real quick. So you know what I'm trying to do towards the end of this fight. So yeah, CM Punk has left WWE, and he's done some amazing things. I'll link a couple videos in the description below that you can check out if you are living under a rock and you have no idea who CM Punk is, or you're not a fan of him, or you've heard of him but you know nothing about him. I'll link a couple videos showing his promos and his rise holding the title and everything. It's really entertaining. Should definitely check it out. I'm actually one of the few people who think CM Punk deserves a little more credibility towards his WWE wrestling career going into the UFC, because they do a lot of crazy things in the WWE that most people could not do. He throws high kicks, he does spinning back kicks. Although they may be for entertainment, they actually do have to hit people in the head and stuff. Otherwise, you can't sell the move. Jumps through the ropes, all kinds of very athletic things are done in the WWE. And he has a little bit of training already from the Gracies, as everyone knows. And, you know, maybe the only thing he needs is to work on his striking and maybe have a little more ground game, actual wrestling and stuff. Other than that, I can see him doing a lot more decent than most people would think. But although I think he would do really good just because of these things that I'm saying, it's really a toss in the air. Nobody knows what would happen if he stepped in an octagon, especially in the UFC as his first match, his debut. And, you know, the UFC does not want to, they don't want him to lose. It would be bad for business for them to let CM Punk lose. It would be bad for CM Punk's career. It would kind of be like a James Toney, where it's kind of a one-off type thing. That could happen. Brock Lesnar was kind of a different thing to throw him into the mix, because he lost his first match, but he was really close to winning. So Brock Lesnar also had previous experience in MMA. He had a few matches before he went in the UFC. So there's that. These are just my little thoughts on CM Punk. This is a whole Fight Night Champion dedicated to CM Punk. And let me know if you want to see more of this. Let me know what you thought. Peace. I'm out.
Get up! Kid coming. It's over. The fight is over. And Mr. Showtime's night has ended early here. Unable to go the distance, he couldn't rise up and beat the count. It wasn't long ago we looked at your scorecard and he was trailing in this fight. Now he's sitting there with his arm raised with a knockout victory.
Well, that's the benefit of those body punches early on. It paid off, got him to drop his hands, stop moving his head a little bit.